Hi everyone, I'm Hannah. I was the assistant stage manager for She Kills Monsters, assistant stage manager for Pippin, and the stage manager for The Visit, and I just wanted to share how I like to do my attendance for cast, so you can learn. You do not have to do this if you don't want to. It is not a requirement. It is a personal preference, and this is just what I like to do. You do not have to do it. It just helps me stay organized. So let's get started. Here I am titling the spreadsheet, and I'm calling it Cabaret Cast Attendance. Very, very basic. Anyways, and then I'm labeling my, first row, I guess you could say, and I'm gonna have my key, the name of the actor, and if they have a specific nickname that they go by, I'll put that in. However I would call them, I'll put that in, because if I read out their name how they don't like it, then that's bad. I'll put in the name they like to be called. And then I have the role that they're playing, so this is helpful, especially the first few weeks when I'm not familiar quite yet with who's playing who. I'm able to see it right there, because especially towards the first few weeks, you're not going to have rehearsals with all of cast, so this way I'm able to see, okay, the person who's playing Cliff is this person, and that way I know who they are and I can contact them. And then I have a phone number, which is really important. That way I can contact them if they're late or if something comes up, stuff like that. Not necessarily late, just if they're not there. So I have their phone number. And then in this case, I have a filler, date, because it's currently December 7th, the day of the mass meeting for Cabaret, so I don't know when rehearsals are starting yet, so I just have a filler in. But you would be better to have an actual date rather than having the word date. But yeah, and now I'm trying to figure out currently how to freeze the first 4 columns, which took me a little while to learn, but then I found out you go to view, and then you go to freeze, and then you're going to go to up to column blank. In this case, it is up to column D, because I want to freeze the first 4 columns. But it took me a little while to figure that out. But this is important, that way I can easily see those first 4 columns, even if it's been 20 rehearsals and I'm at the 20th rehearsal, I can still see those first 4 columns, because if you don't freeze it, you're not going to be able to see it, and you're going to keep swiping back and forth, and it's going to be a whole mess, and you're going to get really frustrated. Maybe you won't, I don't know, I would. So here I am freezing it up to column D, and now I'm going to start working on the key. Now the key is going to be 4 colors. You can choose whatever colors you like. I chose red, blue, green, and yellow, just because that's what made sense to me. I did change it a few times. You can see that in this video, me changing it. But, those are the colors I use. So I use blue for late, and late is if they come 5 minutes late, if they come 30 minutes late, however late they come, I'm going to mark them as blue. But before marking them as blue, I'm going to mark them as red for absent, because I'm not going to know they're late until I first mark them as absent, and then when I see them walk in the door, I'll change it to blue if they eventually come. If they don't, it's going to stay as red for absent. And then I have green, which is going to be present. They're there, they're on time, they're doing everything they're supposed to do. They're amazing. Everyone's amazing. So that's green. Then we have yellow, which is a conflict. So if you are going to be late and you're coming at 4:30, for instance, that's a conflict. And I know about it ahead of time. It's not oh yeah, I found out about it a minute ago. Stuff like that. So I knew about it ahead of time. That's a conflict. And that is super important to have in before the date as much as possible, which you'll probably get the conflict calendar to be able to put that in. So you just make sure you specify that, as I said. Now I'm putting in examples here. So I have this guy named Bob. I wish I put a last name for him, but maybe he doesn't have a last name. And he's playing Cliff. And his phone number is there. And here he has a conflict on the first date, and he's going to be late, arriving at 4:15. So I'm able to put that in and just know that he's going to be late that day. And here I have Jessica, who's playing Sally, and it looks like her phone number is not a real phone number, because that looks like one too many digits to be a phone number. But we're gonna disregard that. So, looks like she also has a conflict, and she's gonna have to leave early. It looks here like at 5:30. Now, normally for conflicts, I only do 3 different types. So I have the late with a specific time, leave early with a specific time, or not coming. I mean, you might want to, if this comes up, you might want to do left early, coming back at blank. But that hasn't ever happened to me so far, but who knows, maybe it will. And that might be good to have in there too. So, yeah, this is my attendance sheet. I hope it helped. Please let me know if you guys have any questions whatsoever. I will be more than happy to answer them, and I will definitely reply back. So please let me know if you have any questions, and I will be more than happy to help. Bye.